Anyways, let's start recording. Okay, let me make sure it's all right. Sorry for the delay. Yeah, we're doing good. Hi, thank you so much for joining. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Today I'll be answering some questions and just chatting with you because that's my favorite thing to do because then it feels like a conversation. It's super fun. And yeah. So first question is, it says lost connection. Hopefully this is working internet-wise. But first question is, what's my real name? Well, my real name is Caroline. Yes, I know. A lot of people think there's something else going, but no, real name is Caroline. But I also just wanted to use Caroline because I feel like it's cooler and cleaner to just be Caroline. You know what I mean? Don't you think, is that just me, or does everybody else feel that way too? And then is there a specific song of mine that I've written that's my favorite? Well, lately I have been recording a lot of music, like an insane amount, which has been really fun. And I think I've made some of my best work recently. And also I hope that every time I release a song, the song is the fan going. Of course it's going. But every time I release a song, I hope that that song gets better and is the best song I've ever written, which is high standards to want every song to be better than the last. But that's the goal. You gotta have high goals. But I do think I've made some of my best work recently. But out of all the songs that I've put out, I would say that my favorite that I've written is Simple, because those lyrics meant a lot to me. And it was something that I was really, why does this fan always have to do this? Come on, stop. Is it okay? But Simple was very special because it was something that was very true to the moment. And I hadn't really necessarily heard a song like it. I'm sure there is a song like it. There's a song for everything. But it was one of those songs where it was about kind of the guilt of not wanting to be in a relationship but feeling like you have to because that person needs you, and the relationship just not being healthy but you still being in the relationship even though it's not healthy because you feel like you have to, and it was just that vibe. Oh, hi, Nessa Presley. Thank you so much for joining. Hope you're having a great day. And then the next question is, who's my dream collab? I never know how to answer this question because everybody is my dream collab. I just like collaborating, and I will always collaborate with anybody who wants to collaborate with me because collaborating is a fun process and you never know what you're gonna get out of it. You're always gonna get some sort of, well, even if you don't get an amazing song, hopefully you can have a great time. Oh, can you sing these lyrics? Hey Candace, yeah, let's do it. Hey Candace, how are you? Is that good? Hopefully. And then what inspired you to make music? I had tried to write a little bit of music when I was in elementary school. It was not very good because I was very young. But then when I was in middle school, life just got harder because I feel like things get real in middle school. And then, so I just had a lot of things that I needed to get off my chest, but I didn't really have anybody who I could talk to about it or felt very comfortable talking to this stuff about. So then I just kind of started writing songs about it, and that helped me so much. And it was full-on therapy in every way, shape, and form possible. And I just was so in love with it. And then I would have little goals. My biggest goal is to just be in a recording studio and be able to sing, because I felt like that was so fun to be able to I don't know, I just always had a obsession. It sounds so weird, but an obsession with being in a vocal booth and having headphones on and singing. I always just felt like that was the coolest thing to ever exist in the world, and it was just all I wanted to do all the time. It's still all I wanted to do, but I have been, I was just recently working on a song today, and I'm so pumped about it. And it's just, I love the process of it, because it can be challenging, to just make a song, because sometimes for me, I have so many ideas, but they're all over the place, and then you have to put it together, make it cohesive, make it work, make everything work, and it's a challenging process, but it's very rewarding to feel like you made something. It's very, very fun. Oh, hey, Ava Hot Savage, and hey, Aesthetic Gymnast 16. Thank you, Fit Vegan Baker, for saying your story will truly inspire people. That's so cool. Thank you. That's so nice of you. Thank you so much for the support. And hey, I'm so happy you're back, Aesthetic Gymnast 16. I love that username, and I love your energy and just your vibe in general. What's the best advice you've ever been given? I would say don't care what other people think. Don't care what other people think, because caring what other people is such a crutch. And like, even I've had to like, sometimes it's just, there's people who you care too much about their opinion, and it really inhibits you. It inhibits you from like what you post, what you say, and you just start feeling very insecure, and it's really not a fun way to live. So I like don't block people. Like, a lot of people hate on me, and they're like, block your haters, like get mods, etc. But I always try to not block haters, because I feel like, I don't know, it's like I don't want them to know that they've gotten to me or that they bother me, and I'm just like, you know what, you can't control the world, you can't control the people, hate on me if you want to, I'm just gonna feel confident and make sure it doesn't get to me. But there are some people in real life who like I've had to block, because it's just like, if they follow me, I feel inhibited about what I post. Like, I feel like, oh shoot, like they're gonna think this about me, they're gonna see that, I don't want them to see that, they're gonna judge it, blah blah blah. So just for my own sanity, I've had to do that. But I'm working on just like not even caring what they think, so then I don't even have to block them, because just not caring, just caring what other people think is like inhibits your happiness. And comparing yourself to other people. Those are like the two big things, and I feel like we all do those things, and like we all compare ourselves to everybody and we care what everybody thinks, but they like ruin any chance of happiness. Very sad. Then what's the most trouble you've ever gotten into? I've like never really gotten in trouble. Really. Like, I've probably done things that I shouldn't do, but I haven't gotten in trouble for them, so here's me. But like in school, sometimes I would get in trouble for like dress code, but besides that, I've done things I should get in trouble for, but I haven't gotten in trouble. Hey, what I missed? Just like answering questions for the podcast, which is very fun, which I'm filming now. And soon on the podcast, I have some interviews coming up, which is really fun, because I love interviewing people, and it's fun to hear people's stories. Hey, JWSJ07, hope you're doing really, really amazing. That's hard while trying to remain transparent, but hard in real life, because they are your everyday. Very true. Very true. Just so you know, even the strength in your voice is such an improvement, even how quick you think. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you. That's very, very sweet of you. Yeah, just having strength back is super special. It's invaluable, really, because you can't articulate your thoughts when you're not healthy or well, for sure. When did you start a podcast? The podcast was kind of a mess for a while, because I did one maybe 2.5 years ago, 2 years ago, called Caroline's Notes, which was really fun, and it was like six, just like really like about pop stars and singing and blah blah blah. But then I was like, oh, I want to make it more like live and interactive, so then I started doing weekly check-ins, and then I was doing it weekly, but then I kind of didn't do it weekly, but then I got better on a schedule, and then I was like doing it daily, and then like not weekly, and then semi-weekly, but I'm trying to get back on a good weekly schedule, because you gotta be consistent. I've watched your whole journey. Oh, thank you. Sab3, RF3RR3T. It's so inspiring. Oh, and it's helping me. Oh, that's so sweet. You're helping so many people. Thank you. I mean, I hope so, because sometimes people say I'm not helping, and I feel really bad. I get some tags and some stuff like, you do this, you're so triggering, and I'm like, I'm really trying my best not to trigger. It's so hard, because as somebody who deals with all types of stuff too, I have a lot of triggers, but I have a lot of random triggers, so it's like hard to control, and I really do try. Like, I got a lot of hate on like one of my videos when I posted about like you haven't eaten in days, saying that was my trigger, and people were like, like, we can't control your triggers, and like I do agree with that. I do, but I'm just saying, I think that's an overall like decently triggering thing that most people do. Have you ever tried proper Twitch streaming? Well, I do stream on Twitch, like, but I don't know what you mean by proper. Like, what is a proper Twitch stream? I don't know much about Twitch streaming, but I really think it's cool, and like I would love to do it. So like I should definitely look into it. But can you do it on like multiple platforms at the same time, or then is that not a proper Twitch stream? Do you play any video games? Not really. I used to, like when I was little, I would do like Barbie, like Barbie.com and like dress up games, just have the best games ever, but not like, I mean, probably like if you're a real gamer, you're like laughing at me and are like, that's not, that, that isn't a game, but it's fun. I agree. Why do people say that? Yeah, it's obviously triggering if you have an ED or not. Yeah, and I mean, it obviously like depends on what context you're saying it in, like how you're saying it, but most of the time, it's like a flex or just not necessary, you know. I used to play those too when I was little. Yes, OMG, I used to do the Barbie makeover. Yes, these are my people. You get it. Oh my gosh, it was like the best. And I also loved like the Barbie I Can Do Anything era where like they would have her do all the different jobs and you would get to play the jobs. It was so fun, like just the best. Polly Pocket games were good too though. Polly Pocket was awesome. I haven't played those games in so long, but they were awesome. Hey Mary Elizabeth Porter, thank you for joining. Oh, thank you, Cyber, you're super sweet. Hopefully I said that right. And do you love God? Of course I love God. Elizabeth Willow, oh, I definitely believe in the power of God. Like, I feel like God is how I stay positive, because it's just, without God, I have no hope. Like, I would just, because I already am, like, deal with a lot of depression, and so, like, if I didn't have God, I feel like I couldn't even get out of bed in the morning. So that is just, like, so vital for me. Yes, God is so amazing. I always did the cooking games. Oh, I think I might remember that one. Well, I always liked the games where you like worked in a restaurant and were like the wait. This was like a memory game, but it was like you're a waitress and then you have to remember everybody's name. And so they tell you all the orders and you have to remember all the orders and all the names, and it's supposed to be really good for your memory. And I always found that really fun. And then I was like, I want to be a waitress when I grow up. Like that was what I wanted to be. Yes, Emily's blog, you get it. You're amazing. Did you ever play Cool Math? What's Cool Math? I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool. Get it? Sorry, that was really nerdy. Of course I remember you, Ash.980. Thank you so much for joining. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mary Elizabeth Porter, for watching all my videos. It's been a long time since they came up on my For You page. Well, thank you for watching. That's super sweet. Hope you enjoy them. Sometimes I try to not overthink like what I post, because if you overthink what you post, you're going to drive yourself absolutely nuts. But sometimes I'm like, is this just pointless? But then I'm like, it's TikTok. But then I try to make it somewhat meaningful, because I like things to have meaning. I like things to have a message. You know, that just can make it better, a lot better, because you want purpose behind what you do. Oh, just so, I mean, it doesn't have to be like an insane, like, big thing, but OMG, Cool Math games was my school life. Well, everybody seems to get Cool Math. Cool Math has all types of games, like all types. Oh, wow. I really have never played that. The game on the DS with, like, the colors written, but you were supposed to say the colors they were in. Oh, I do remember that one. Yes, when the colors were written, but you were supposed to say what the colors were in. Yeah. See, here's the thing. Like, some educational games when you're little are actually fun. And it's like, I don't know. I hate on the educational system a lot. I try not to, but I just tend doing. But I feel like when you were little, like, they made learning very fun and engaging and made you enjoy it. And then you get to a certain age, and it's just awful. And it's like, come on, like, make it a little better. It was stressing me. Oh, yeah. Some of them can be really stressful. Like, the memory games can be very stressful, and then you end up taking it so far. Well, even sports. Like, I always found I was a very competitive person. That sounds bad. But, I mean, a little bit of competitive energy is good. But I was a very competitive person. So when I would do sports in school, I would take it so seriously. Like, I don't do that now. Like, now I've matured. I'm good. Like, if I lose, I'm not going to go crazy. But when I was little, it would just be like life or death was if I lost this game. Like, and then you have to put it back and be like, this is an elementary school, like, soccer match. Like, nobody cares if you win or lose it. If you lose, your life is not over. I have really bad anxiety, so school is hard. Same. I would have so much school anxiety. Like, it would depend, it depended on the grade, and, like, what the situation was and what school I was at. But sometimes it was just like, oh, it was so bad. I remember it just being, like, especially middle school. In middle school, it was just really hard for me to even get to school every day. Like, every day I got to school, it was like, oh, I did it. Because it would just be so hard. Because I'd be like, oh, I have to do these things. And I had a very difficult time with it. Like, for sure. I play soccer, and I don't take it too seriously. Might do something wrong. That's good, though. Do you have a favorite sport? Well, I like dance, because I think that dance is a sport. A lot of people don't see dance as a sport, but I really think it is. I get so much drama in middle school. Honestly, the drama in middle school, it's another level of drama. It's too much. It made me, and then especially when you put social media in the picture, and like, oh my gosh, like the cyberbullying and everything, it is awful. Like, it stinks. I just played Just Dance with friends. Oh my gosh. I have to say, Just Dance, best Wii game ever. Like, it is so fun. I was obsessed. I mean, I haven't played Just Dance in a long time, but I still am obsessed with it. It is so fun, and they always have the best songs, the best moves, and I always, like, I know because really you only have to do the hands to get a good score in Just Dance, but I will be just like using my whole entire body, and then I always get yelled at by the people who I'm playing against, because they're like, you don't have to use your whole body, and I'm like, yeah, but it's more fun that way than to just use the dance. I want to do the full dance move. I play soccer too, and the older I get, the more stressful it gets. It's true, it does get stressful when you're older, because it's like they're higher stakes, and it's just, it's a lot. It's very, very stressful. Yes, and the singing one. There's a singing game? I don't know that. I didn't know that. Wait, oh, maybe there was. Well, I love karaoke. They should have a holidays Just Dance game. Well, they do have Last Christmas on one version of Just Dance that I had, and that was always my favorite dance to do with people. It was like it was a partner dance, and it was really, really cute. Haha, yes, we don't have a Wii. We search for dances on YouTube. That's actually so smart. That's genius, because then you don't have to buy the game. Well, I mean, like, you won't get your scores or whatever, but that way you can still play the game and don't have to buy it. That is genius. I love that. Just Sing, or was this the one for PlayStation? I remember Guitar Hero. I was never that into Guitar Hero personally, but I remember Guitar Hero being very big. Yes, you're very smart. I didn't know Just Sing was a game. There are some good singing games on Wii and on Wii U. I love that. I love karaoke though. Like, I remember at one point, and this was when I was so into Glee, because I was obsessed with Glee, and I had like a karaoke machine, and just like all day I would just like sing songs from Glee. Everybody would just be like, shut up, you were so annoying, but I'd be like, it's fun, I really like it. I miss the old memories. Yeah, it can get nostalgic, like when you go, for me mainly like 2010 to 2015, that I would say is where the nostalgic is. I've always been so bad at sports, I can't even run without dying from breathlessness, haha. I get that, that's hard. Not singing, like I remember in school we would always have to run the mile all the time, and I would just dread it. I'd be like, I have bad knees, because I have a bad right knee. And so I'm like, oh, can we not? It always used to record me when I sung, and I always couldn't sing, freaking hilarious. Oh, would you like record yourself and be like, oh my gosh, like, that sounds great. Or like, see, it doesn't sound good. See, I would never record myself, because I don't think like I wanted to hear it, because I just wanted to think in my head I was good. But I'm always very critical of myself, so I kind of knew like when I heard myself I wouldn't think it was good. Like even when I first like recorded a song. The first song I ever recorded was I Want Happy, which is a very old one. But I was very nervous to hear myself and how I was going to sound recorded. I was like, oh, I just don't even know if I can listen to it. But then I learned, like, you have to listen to yourself because that way you can grow and make yourself sound, like, know what your weaknesses are and make yourself sound better. Sing I Want Happy, let's do it. Na 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 na. Look like a place where I can be just me, carefree. Oh my gosh, in my school we had to run like half a mile and my lips dried up so much I didn't reach halfway. Your lips? From the wind? Was it really windy? Because I know I would be outside a lot and my lips get so chapped. Or maybe you didn't mean to say lips, but honestly my lips are chapped right now. My lips are always chapped. I want, happy, happy, happy. And yeah, I play a little bit of keyboard, but I'm not that good. No matter where I go or what I do. I want, happy, happy, happy. That's all I really want. The aching in your throat when you run in the cold. For me, it's my nose. Like, my nose runs really bad when I'm in the cold. And it's so weird. Like, it always creeps me out when you're in the cold and you breathe and, like, I don't even know, smoke or frost comes out of your mouth. It's the weirdest thing ever. It's like, what the heck? It's like, how does that even happen? If you're a science person, you probably know that, but science was always my worst subject. I always liked math and English, but science, I couldn't do it. I taste blood when I run in the cold. From your lips? Do your lips bleed? Sometimes it's so gross, but sometimes my lips will bleed and it's the worst. It's not a fun experience. Hey Lilac, how are you? Could you put I Want Happy on iTunes, please? Actually, I'm thinking about, like, at some like next year doing old songs or like unreleased songs and putting them in a little like EP or album and putting them on iTunes and Spotify. I'm not sure if I should or not because I feel like those songs like aren't as good as the songs I'm doing now, but like I do still like them and have a very special place in my heart for them. So like I kind of want to put them out, but I'm still deciding. I usually jog in the winter and it's really hard for your throat. Oh yeah, I feel like, can you go to a gym and use a treadmill? I don't know. That way you don't have to be outside. Because I have a very difficult time with the outdoors. Because winter, it's like way too cold and my lips get really chapped. Spring, I have the worst seasonal allergies ever. And so I get really bad allergies. Summer, I get pretty bad allergies in the summer. And if it is humid, I cannot handle it. And then even in fall with all the trees, I have really bad allergies. So really, I just avoid the outdoors at all costs. So, but I like the outdoors, so it's very sad. So I will sometimes push myself to go in the outdoors, but then I always regret it. So it's kind of sad, but yeah. Well, be proud of all your work. I'm sure they're amazing. Thank you, Fit Vegan Baker. That's so sweet of you. Thank you. I guess I am proud of them. I just did them so long ago. You know, I did them like 5 years ago. Because, see, I waited a really long time to, like, put out songs because I was so nervous. And, you know, like, I felt like, ooh, like, I can't just put a song out, like, myself. I don't know how to do it. But then, like, I learned about how to put them on DSPs and promote them-ish and like do it, and so then that way I could do it. My son too, poor guys. Oh, does your son have allergies? Seasonal allergies? Seasonal allergies are the worst. I know so many people have allergies, so like people don't feel bad for you, but sometimes they're like debilitating because your nose is running, your chest gets all tight, you get like itchy. It's not fun. When the weather changes, my allergies made me so sick. Like I had COVID almost. I will be honest, like I have COVID symptoms a lot. And so like there have been so many times where I've thought I've had COVID and then I'm like, but you haven't been around anybody who's had COVID. You always wear a mask. Like you're vaccinated, you're fine. But there's still that like, but I have the headaches. But I have the fever symptoms. But then I'm like, you're fine. The worst part of outside are the mosquitoes. I don't really have any mosquitoes where I live, but I can imagine that'd be awful. Yeah, where I live, there are so many spiders. Like the other day, I saw like just a dead cockroach on the floor where I live, and I was like, ugh. I walked the other way, I can tell you that, and just the spiders. Well, I'm not scared of spiders, but I don't enjoy their company. I love all your songs I've heard. You should definitely put them out. Oh, thank you. That's very sweet. I like putting them out because it's very fun. Honestly, putting out songs is very fun. Although it's kind of nervous because I'm always nervous to see what people are going to say. Because it's like, I don't know, it's the type of thing, and this goes back to like really trying to not care what other people think, but it's really hard because you feel like this song means so much to me. I literally wrote it, put my heart and soul into it, and then what if I put it out in the world and people start saying comments about the song, and then they ruin the song for me, and then I don't like the song anymore. And so that always scares me. But then it's like, you gotta just put it out there. What rating would you give your driving so far? Okay, let me tell you something. When I failed my multiple times, when I got my permit taken away, I must have been robbed because this time I passed with flying colors. So I would give my driving so far an A+. And then I was driving by myself, and there was this truck in front of me, and it was a big truck. And so it was the type of thing where I had room to like go in the truck, but I was like, trucks are so spontaneous and don't have very good blind spots, and they probably couldn't see you. So I gave them room, and then before you know it, they ended up going in the other lane without a blinker, which is this sounds so nerdy, but it's very rude. That's my pet peeve, when people start changing lanes without blinkers. I mean, am I supposed to read your mind? I can't read your mind that you're gonna go on the other lane. And so it was very good that I had the intuition to give that truck some room so they could go and do their legal lane change without a blinker. So I'd give my driving an A+. Oh my gosh, happy birthday, Ava Gripka. Hope you have an amazing day. That's so exciting. And that's really cool that you have a birthday near Halloween, because I feel like that way it's kind of like a really special like weekend, or it's like you get 2 days to have fun instead of 1 day. You're a smart cookie. Thank you. It's all about paying attention. I don't know what went wrong before. It was a long thing. It was a struggle. Let's just say that. Do you swear? I don't. I try not to. I try really hard not to. Very, very hard. Would you consider yourself a teacher's pet? Not at all. Like, every teacher literally hated me. Like, most did. I don't know why. But there was one teacher that I had, my 7th grade math teacher, and I loved her. And like I wanted to be her. I thought she was like so cool. And so I was probably like a little bit of a kiss up to her because I just like loved her and like wanted to be her friend. And she's like, I'm your teacher, I'm not gonna be your friend. But I was like, be my friend. And so that was kind of awkward, but yeah. I'm the smartest student, but my teacher was racist. You had a racist teacher? That's so rude. That's not cool. I hate it when teachers discriminate. It's not cool. You gotta treat, like, if you're a teacher, you gotta treat everybody equally, really just everybody. You have 2 of them. That is so rude. That's so annoying. I hate it when teachers, I guess, everybody has their favorites, but I really don't like it when teachers, elevate other children and put other children down. It's not very fair. I love your voice. Oh my gosh, it helps me to learn English. That is so cool, Angel IK857. That's so cool. I love that. That's so sweet. You should do lives 24/7. If I could, I would. Doing lives is super fun, right? They would even give bad grades on purpose almost. Oh my gosh, I feel that. I had this one teacher that just hated me. From the moment she saw me, she just hated me so much that one time she locked me in my defense, in her defense, to give context, I was late for class because I had to go to gym and it was on the other side of the school, so I had to walk over and they let us out of gym late. And then you have to change out of your gym clothes and be in your normal clothes. And so I walked to go, and then I went on the door and was like, hey, and then she locked me out and was like, you're going to disrespect my class and not come on time. You do not get to even come in the class. You are locked out. And I was like, thank you so much for the great education. I'm so glad that I put all my time and energy into going to this school 5 days a week for hours to learn so much. Thank you. It was annoying. The racist teacher had a niece in the class, so not only racism but favoritism. That is so tough. When the teacher has a child in their school or somebody who they know, it's they don't even hide the favoritism. It's you can at least pretend they're not your favorite. You can pretend. That is rough. I'm sorry. That's a rough experience. It really is. Anyways, I have to go, but thank you so much for joining. I hope you had an amazing day and have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. And tomorrow is very exciting because on Sundays I sing Christian songs, which is my favorite part of the week, but it's also Halloween. So I might wear a costume. I'm still choosing what the costume is because I didn't even think about it until I didn't realize Halloween was tomorrow until yesterday. But I might wear a costume. I'm gonna try to figure out what that is. Let me know what it should be because I don't know. Anyways, bye. Love you. Have a great rest of your day. Bye. And bye, YouTube, if I can find you. Hope you had a great